is Jill Johnson, and she's actually a district field director. So she's even higher than a senior manager or senior field director. And when I first met her, she'd always been in business, running different companies and different businesses. She actually was in the insurance business at one point too, and did pretty good, but kind of lost interest and went on to other things. And then she circled back and came in, but she was a big, had lots of different companies and businesses, a big time real estate investor. Really, the point of what I'm trying to say, this person, Jill Johnson, is a very successful person. So sometimes people say, well, why would I join a company like this if I'm already very successful? Well, guess what? We have a lot of people that do that, because what I've found is people that are successful, they always keep their business options open. And if there's other business opportunities, they're all ears. They want to hear about it, right? So one of the things, though, that I actually remember as well was when we met with Jill in the beginning. She realized that even though she had all these businesses and all the real estate and all these other things going, she really didn't have she had a lack of retirement income and retirement plan. So that was something that really affected her, I remember, and she was very excited about and still is. And then she says that the mentorship support is the reason why she joined Census. I think that I understand that because I've always been a business owner myself, and doing business by yourself, like I mentioned before in the other slide, is not easy to do. If you don't have a mentor helping you, it's going to take a long time. So I think she recognized our mentorship support system, and that was one of the main reasons why she decided to join Census. Okay. Now this lady, her name is Anita Ferns. Okay. And we work together almost on a daily basis. Okay. And she is also so amazing. She's a senior field director. And her life before Census was she was a 25, and see how she had to put and by the way, Anita Ferns wrote this. So she put 25.5 on here, right? So that tells you what? She's an engineer, right? So I think that's great. So she worked here 25 and a half years as a software engineer for Raytheon. Wow, one of the biggest aerospace companies out there, right? And she was actually a program manager over lots of people at Raytheon. So she was the big head honcho over there. And so you would think, wow, somebody like this must love their job, and they're totally satisfied with what they're doing, and they've achieved the American dream. But I think she wasn't. So 11 years ago, what she saw wasn't that she wasn't heading financially in the right direction. So even though I know they made really good money, her and her husband, financially, they just weren't heading in the right direction. So then when she was introduced to Census and how money works in our system, and she was made aware of a lot of the things that she needed to know for her future, that's where she really started getting excited and seeing what we do here, how important it is. So she joined Census and worked as a dual career here for 7 years. So she worked as a program manager at Raytheon and was a field director, and even probably I think a senior field director at that point with Census. So she says, I attentively received coaching under the amazing mentorship of the Census leadership. So you guys are going to see that's one of the common things that a lot of people say about us is, they're always so amazed and appreciative, and they really value that this system we have is such a great mentorship structure. Some of the amazing things that happened along her journey is, I love hearing these things. So her and her husband, when they first started, were in debt $60,000. And I think that was, even though they were making all this money, they had a lot of debt. And I think that was one of the biggest things that really got them to see how awesome Census was. So they were able to get out of debt pretty much right away. I remember them, within the first year of them being here, they were able to pay off all their debt. They earned an extra $100,000, so they became a ring earner, $100,000 ring earner after the second year. So that was excellent. her husband, Adrian, who's also an amazing person, he was able to retire from law enforcement just after them being in this business for 1.5 years. So Adrian was in LAPD for, I think, 25, 30 years plus. He was he was able then to retire because of census. And so, and then eventually, so did Anita. She was able to retire as well. So she had mentorship by Millionaire Leadership. She was able to save her 401k from ruin, meaning, turning into a 201k. She was able to make an emergency fund over $50,000. Increased her cash flow from her W-2 earnings. She was able to graduate 2 kids from college with no debt. Wow, this is amazing. She's won so many trips in our company. She's helped both of her kids purchase homes. Wow, I didn't know this. This is awesome. And then she was able to retire at 55 as an engineer so she could continue to build her financial fortune. So, and then in this company, what she's saying here is that we've stretched, this company stretched her vision to be something a lot bigger than what she thought was possible. And so I think this is a really great example of how powerful what we do is for people. Remember earlier I said we love helping our clients, but as much as we love helping our clients, we love seeing our agents be able to quit their jobs and achieve all these other things in life. Why? Because of census, because of them coming here and learning this business and being a part of our team, not knowing anything and just following the system and making it happen. So this is a really inspiring thing for me. Thank you, Anita Ferns. That's awesome. Now the next person is Nahid, and this is a lady who has also struggled and become a senior field director. She's actually from Iran, so English is her second language. I'm sure she speaks more than 2 languages too, but usually people from other countries do. So she worked in a company for 17 years. In 2008, she got hurt at work. And took her 6 years to recover. And I remember her telling that story. And then they put her on a partial disability for a long time because she was having a hard time walking and lots of physical problems. And then everything was good until 2013. And then she was diagnosed with cancer. So Nahid is actually a cancer survivor. She's been through a lot. And she had to go through chemotherapy and radiation. And then through all of that, she spent all of her and her husband's 401k savings. Her house was being red flagged because she couldn't pay her mortgage. So there was some really serious financial problems going on with her. But then when she joined Census, within a short period of time, was able not only to pay off her mortgage, so not only, get back on track, but she was able to pay off her mortgage, save money in an emergency fund. And now she has life insurance protection that has living benefits where if she were ever to get cancer again, God forbid, or, knock on wood, that's not going to happen. But if it ever did, she would never have to be in that type of a financial hardship like she was before. In 2015, she was promoted to field director. 2017 got her 50,000 watch. And then in 2021, she's one of our newest, I think the newest senior field director promoted agent that we have. So we're really proud of Nahid. She's just an amazing lady. If you ever meet her, you just love her to death. Okay. And then the next person, this is Bessie Duarte. She's one of our Spanish-speaking field directors, and she's out of the Encino office. She's a counselor in her church. She has 3 kids, so she's a mom, and all of her family supports her in this business. She has a huge Spanish team that she runs our BPMs for the whole company, and she also helps a lot of us with Spanish-speaking appointments. She's really good at this business in Spanish. She conducts a lot of the Spanish opportunities, the workshops, and then she's also, she used to be a manager, one of the biggest companies in corporate America, but Now she does census full time. So she's one of our, field directors that is very successful in opening up our Spanish speaking market. And by the way, you guys, there's 52% of Southern California is Hispanic. So we need more bilingual Spanish speaking people in our company. Okay. And then the last person I want to talk about is Ko. She's from Las Vegas, and she came here from Japan. She's a college student from Japan, and she's married, and she used to be in the food service industry for 10 years. And amazingly, she was a sushi chef. So if you guys know anything about sushi chefs, usually this is not an industry where that you see a lot of women. Okay, so to be a woman sushi chef is a very big deal. That's nothing to, again, that's a big deal. So she was very successful at that, but she wasn't, she didn't like it. It was a lot of physical work, and it was stuff that she really didn't see herself doing. So she joined in census in 2014. She qualified for our 3 Perfect Days trip in 2015. She became an FD in 2016. She won our FD challenge in 2017 and 18. She's got her 50,000 watch, and she got promoted. She has an FD promotion in her base shop in 2020. So Kayo is very active in our business. She's one of our, very successful field directors out of Las Vegas. Okay. So these are just some of the events, guys, that we have. Like I said earlier, we have fun. We've got so many different people from all different walks of life. And, there's an Adrian and Anita Ferns. Look, they're matching white outfits there. And they're all dancing. This is at one of our gala events at our convention. I think this was in 2019. Looking good, right? So we love dressing up and, wearing tuxedos and going to these dances and these gala events. They're really great. Here's Al Weathers and Jill Johnson, our DFD and EFD. And, Al Weathers, he used to work in the IT industry, and he also had his own, small businesses here. And, he joined the census a little bit over 10 years ago, him and his wife, Tracy Weathers. So they're also a great success story in our company. Here's Kayo and Mary Co. And this is another one of our agents in Las Vegas. So this is one of our census events. Okay. And this is Wavette Johansson, guys, on the right here in the beautiful red suit. And she's done real estate for a long time, and she's actually one of our top leaders in she's an SFD, and she's got her $200,000 ring, and she is just phenomenal. She's always positive. She's one of our best marketers in the company, and she's a mom with 2 kids. And then in the middle here, we have our amazing field vice chairman, Mariam Rasuli. So Mariam is also originally from Iran, but she lived in Germany for a long time, and she speaks, again, probably 3 or 4 different languages. And she is actually one of our top leaders in the company, and she runs our Sherman Oaks office, which is, a huge Persian organization. And then there again is our Jill Johnson. So those ladies just look really sharp in that picture, very professional. And this is our one of our Hawaii trips that we went on, and this is Lakeisha and Lauren, and I'm not going to go through all these people, but this is, we all travel with our families, and we all have fun. There's Vahid and Nargis, and there's Helena, our school teacher. You guys notice her hair changes color about once a month. So that's really fun. That's really cool. I like that. James is Lakeisha's husband here. And look, Lakeisha, she's also a school teacher, and she has these 4 children are her kids. So she's like a super mom, and by the way, Lakeisha is she's a singer. She's literally a professional singer, and she sings at all of our conventions and stuff. And it's just Wow, it's so amazing. She's got the most beautiful voice you've ever heard in your life. So this is just a great, I love this picture, by the way. And look, everybody has the same colored shirt, right? I don't know how that happened. So guys, I've run out of time here. I know I went a little bit over, but I think that you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed, that presentation, and you just got to see, a little bit of the human side of our company and how we're, we just love this. You can see how everybody's so excited and happy. So thank you that was my time, and I hope to see you guys in the future. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, FBC. Okay, so that was an excellent. So now, can you see why we can be so successful without any finance background whatsoever? Thank you so much. And just think, Chris, before he got into this industry, he's been in this industry over 25 years. He was a cello player. And he found out he wanted to be the top player, but when he found out that the top person in the symphony earned $60,000, he switched over to the financial industry. So thank you so much, Chris, for that great presentation. So we are going to move right into our next speaker, and this woman is on fire. She is going to share with you who we are. She's going to share with you what we do. And she's gonna, so you guys want to pay close attention to this woman. And I am going to introduce to you Miss Tracy Weathers. She's a half of a dynamic duo, Al Weathers. She's an executive field director in our company. Tracy, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. That's my song. That's my theme song. Hi, Elaine. How are you, sweetheart? Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to jump right in because Chris Seiler and all his excitement, he took some of my time. So I got to talk real fast, and I'm good at that. So hopefully, you're paying attention and you can catch on. I'm going to share my screen right now real quickly. I get to talk about the good stuff. I get to talk about this career opportunity. And why are you here listening today? Somebody cared about you, by the way. Whoever invited you here, they absolutely cared about you, because this, I will share with you, changed my entire life. So my dear friend, my hairstylist, by the way, she said to me, hey, listen, I'm doing this. It's really good. I love what I'm doing. I'm learning. I have a great mentor that's helping me. You know what? Maybe you want to listen in on this. That's how it happened. And that was almost 13 years ago. And my entire life, mine and my husband, has changed as a result of it. So just a little bit about me real quick before we get started. I was a 32-year corporate executive with the Xerox Corporation. Had a wonderful career. I love Xerox. They love me. But what I knew, or what I believed, was that there was more purposeful work for me to do. I didn't really know what that work was going to be, but I knew that in the second half of my life, which I am in right now, I wanted to do purposeful work. I wanted to do work that truly impacted and changed people's lives. And so I didn't know what that was going to be. I had some thoughts, but I didn't really know what that was going to be. But when they came and shared this information, I'm going to give you briefly parts of it today, this morning. But when they came and shared with me what we do for clients, I was blown away. And certainly, my husband and I needed to do what we need to do for our family, and we did that. But then my husband, the entrepreneur, I was a great corporate executive. I was outstanding at that. But the whole idea of entrepreneurship, a little bit scary for me. Maybe some of you are like that too. A little bit scary for me. So I wasn't sure about that. Although he had already started his own business, and that was what our family decision was. Because we realized, and I hope you have too, that you will never get to financial independence working for someone else. So if financial independence is your goal, guess what? You got to figure out how you can be a business owner, because this country, the wealth in this country is held by the business owners. That's just it. So my husband says, after we do what we need to do for our family, he says, hey, you know what? If we didn't know this, there's probably lots of other people that don't know as well. Who's going to help those people? He said, business is about identifying a problem and providing a solution. Well, here's what I want to tell you folks today. We have a solution to the financial cancer that is going on in our world today. And we're super excited to share it with you. But here's the thing. Lots of people don't know. And if they, and we can't get to all the people. So that's why we're looking for you. But listen, we're only looking for the people looking for us. So some of you won't see this, and I'm sorry about that. But those of you that do, you know, your life can absolutely change. So I said I was 32-year corporate executive. And so I left Xerox Corporation on my terms, happy. They weren't ready for me to go, because I know on the other side of 50, they'd be ready for you to go. That's just real, okay? They weren't ready for me to go. In fact, they tried to keep me there, but I left on my terms to pursue business. My husband and I growing our own company under the umbrella of Census. None of us work for Census. Census is not a job. So none of us work for Census. Al and Tracy Enterprises is the name of our company under the umbrella of Census. So listen here. Think about this. 5% of the population controls 95% of the wealth. Okay. When I heard that the first time, I located myself over there with the 95%. And I realized, what is the difference here? What is the difference? So I started to study these 5%ers. What do they do different? So what I'm going to talk to you about today is the number one thing that they do different is they are always looking for opportunities to increase income. They believe that you should have multiple income sources. How many? 5 to 7. You say, whoa, I only have one. Husband works, I have 2. You are in trouble. Let me tell you that right now. You are in trouble because one of those income sources goes away. What happens to you and your family? So listen very closely to me. I only have about 10, 15 minutes. So listen very closely to me. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Okay, let's go. All right, Chris already went through this, why Census, but let me just tell you this this part of it as it relates to me and my husband. I don't care how many more years I worked at Xerox Corporation. I was never gonna be a part of a multi-million-dollar acquisition. So some of you see that, you heard about Microsoft, you heard about all of these, startup companies that actually, paid out millions to people, and in fact, Microsoft paid out millions to their secretaries. Well, let me tell you this is ground floor too. You become a senior field director like Elaine, SFD, you become that inside of our company, then you will participate in a huge acquisition. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. So that right there, very appealing to me because I have no other opportunity to receive millions of dollars as a part of a business. The other thing is the mentorship. Chris Sila is my mentor. He is amazing. From the day that I came in, he grabbed my hand and he said, let's go. So that's the system that we have, is that you don't have to know all of this. And please don't even try. Don't even try. I got almost 13 years on you. So just use my knowledge. We teach you how to do that. And then dedicated system. See, if you start your own business, you also have to start all the back office stuff. And so you have to prepare all of the paperwork, all of the, the forms, all of the information. What Census does for us is they do that. They do that. So you don't have to prepare that. You could just go to work and go and help families. So listen, we don't handle anyone's money. Okay. So some of you may be thinking, is this one of those things? No, not one of those things, whatever one of those things is. I don't know what that is. But anyway, no, not one of those things. Okay. This is completely legal business because we are licensed profession, licensed with the state, whichever state you belong to, you are licensed with the state. Whoever invited you can explain that to you. But we don't handle anyone's money. Our services are also free to our clients. What does that mean? That means that they don't have to pay us for the time that we spend to them. We are not nonprofit. We are a very profitable business, very profitable. In fact, we earn anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 per transaction. That's a lot of money, folks. That's a lot of money. How long does it take you to earn $10,000? Just think about it. Just think about it. I'm gonna share some statistics with you in a minute. But anyway, this is a short list of companies that we are partnered with. We are partnered with some 42 different companies. And so we can pretty much, well, not pretty much, we can meet every client goal. We go find the right company for them. We're not tied to any one of these. I love that. I love that. We're not tied to any one of these companies. We go find the right company to meet our client goal. Okay. Let's talk about timing. So in business, remember this, business 101 is based on timing. So you may think that your business is a great idea. My husband and I thought the same thing. We thought, oh my God, he started his own company, and we thought this is it. Guess what? Cost us a lot of money. And it was a great idea, but the timing was wrong. Okay. Timing was wrong. So let's talk about the timing of this business. So right now we're in an unstable stock market. In March of 2020, market dropped significantly. Okay, people lost a lot of money. So people say now, oh, well, it's back. Yes, it's back, but for how long? So what if you knew that you could participate in the gains of the market, but not take any of the losses? Wouldn't you want to know how to do that? Guess what? 95% of the population doesn't know how to do it. So there lie the business. Okay, I'm speaking to you from a business perspective. How about financial information? I don't know about you, but I went to business school. I got a business degree. Guess what I learned? I learned how to manage Xerox's money. And guess what? They always made money. On my watch, they made money. What about my own money? What about my own money? Walking around financially dead. You say, what does that mean? You made money, right? Yes, I did. I made money, but I didn't keep money. Big difference. Big difference. So you have to know how money works. Education is necessary. How about job insecurity? How many of you, you don't have to tell me now, but you probably know people, or maybe you're one of those people that lost your job, through the pandemic, or even before. I remember a time in my life where I didn't know anybody who had been laid off, maybe one person, but she'd been laid off, but she always had a bunch of jobs. So that didn't really count her. But I only knew one person that had been laid off. And then all of a sudden I knew a whole bunch. So why not look at an additional revenue source? Remember, wealthy people have multiple revenue sources. How about the baby boomer market? Okay, that's the group I'm a part of. We're born from 1946 to 1964. Guess what? We have all the money. We have all the money, and we don't know what to do with it. We are looking for help. We are looking for protection against taxes for sure. We are looking for help, right? Here's what you need to know. Anytime money moves, somebody gets paid. Anytime money moves, somebody gets paid. So guess what's getting ready to happen? It says billions there, but it's actually trillions of dollars are going to transfer over the next 18 years. Will you be a part of it, or will you just watch it happen? Here's the deal. It's going to happen whether you're a part of it or not. So you can say today, I want to be a part of it, and then we can help you with that. All right. So when we look at the baby boomer market, we're the largest generation in American history. There's over 91 million of us, including immigrants. So we are huge. Every day, 10,000 of us turn 65 years old. So we're 65 now. So guess what? We're worried about our money. We're not worried about terrorism. For real, we don't care about that. We're worried about our money. That's our biggest concern. Are we going to outlive it? And here's why. Because most of us will go well into our 90s, 100 years old, and we're going to run out of money. So, when I was in business, they always used to say to me, follow the money. Follow the money, right? So here's what you need to do. Think about baby boomers and follow the money. They started, baby boomers, because there's all these babies, after the Second World War. And so that's why I call it baby boomers, right? There's all these babies, right? Before the baby boomers, there was no baby food industry. There was no Gerber, right? There was no formula milk, your mama chewed up the food and gave it to you. I'm sorry. If that offends anybody, I'm sorry. But that's how we ate. They ate, right? That's how they ate. But when baby boomers started having babies, then this whole baby food industry became, a big deal. How about toys? See, we baby boomers, we like those kids. We had those kids for sure. We love them. We give them everything, right? So toy industry became huge. Remember Toys R Us? Oh, geez. I'm sad that they're gone, but I don't miss them. But Toys R Us, right? Toys R Us, big deal. Mattel, big deal because of baby boomers. How about fast food industry? Baby boomers work. We have a job. We have multiple income, husband and wife work. So there's no wife at home making dinner. So when we're on our way back from bringing the kids home from school, they see the Golden Arches and we drive right in, right? We hope that ketchup is a vegetable, for real, serious business. Anyway, fast food market became huge because of baby boomers. How about cars? Baby boomers got caught by our kids' cars. Why? Because we can't keep driving them all around. Anyway, so we buy them cars so they can drive themselves around. So car industry, huge, right? Baby boomers all own homes. Now, maybe not now because of the crisis in 2008, but we all set out to be property owners. So we own homes. Now, what's happening to us? Follow the money. We're retiring. Huge transfer of wealth is happening right here. So timing of the market could not be better for you. So you say, I want to wait. I wouldn't do that. All right. We teach the 4 steps to creating financial strength. Here they are real quick. Okay. Managing your money wisely. We all know that we ought to do that, but it kind of gets a little bit difficult because Amazon. Where did Amazon come from? I know. Anyway, Amazon is after us, right? So it becomes a little bit difficult. But that's what we help our clients with: managing their money wisely. How about protecting your income and your family? Number one, very, very important. When we're younger, we're first starting out to make money. We must protect our greatest asset. That's our ability to generate income. Protection is necessary. On the other side of our life, over 45, we must protect all those assets that we've accumulated over our lifetime. Protection is necessary there. And what if we get sick? What happens to our assets then? Do we have protection in place for that? Most people would say no. That's what we do. That's how we help. Okay. How about this? Accumulating assets, step 3. There are 3 financial enemies. The first one, inflation, taxes, risk, right? You've heard about all of these things, but maybe you didn't really understand how it applied to you. 95% of the population does not know. Okay. What you're going to learn today, most of the people don't know. Now I got a question for you. Are you okay with knowing something that's good and you don't share it with someone else? That's just, you answer that for yourself. You don't have to answer me. Anyway, inflation is the rate in which things are becoming more expensive, and they just are, right? But how much? 3 to 4% every single year. So right now, $100 worth of groceries today in 30 years is going to cost you $257. You say, wait a minute, maybe I don't need to eat 30 years from now. I promise you, you will need to eat. So you got to have enough money. So inflation, we got to pay attention to it. And wherever we set aside our money for growth, it must make more money than inflation. Very, very important. All right. So how do we calculate interest? There's 2 ways: simple and complex. Compound. Compound interest is how you grow your money. Just remember, double, compound, same thing. So it's how you double your money and get to wealth. So wherever you set aside your money for growth, you want to make sure it is compounding. Right? So there's a rule, there's a formula called the rule of 72 to calculate compound interest. So if you're getting a 4% return on your money, as is in the case here, if you're getting a 4% return on your money, you take 72 divided by 4, that's how many years it's going to take that money to double. So in this example, if you're 34 and you have 10,000, 18 years later, you'll have 20, 18 years later, you'll have 40, right? Simple rule. Here's where it got all confusing for me. Mathematically, it didn't make sense to me because I didn't understand the rule. So I'm listening to Susie Orman. Some of you probably listen to, and so she's explaining this. This is the ticket. This is a secret. Blah blah blah. Math didn't add up. So in my mind, when I was 70 years old, if I've got an 8% return on the money, then I should have double the money at 70, right? That makes sense, right? Not the rule. So you take 72 divided by 8. Now, every 9 years, money's going to double. So I have 4 times as much money. You see that, people? Same investment, 4 times as much money. So wherever your money is, it has to be compounding. That's what we help with. All right. So taxes. Woo, listen, I got to take a breath right here because taxes is going to take you out the game. So you say, I got a good pension. I got a good job. I got some savings. Most of it is in taxable vehicles. Your pension is fully taxable. Let me ask you this question though. Do you know what taxes are going to be when you need that money? You have no idea, but I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Because the baby boomers control most of the money, guess where they're going to go and get the taxes? You heard me. All right. So when you earn money, they tax it. When you spend money, they tax it. That's sales tax, depending upon where you're spending the money at. When you save money, if you haven't prepared properly, they'll also tax it. And then when you die, right? You thought I'm done, right? When you die, the people you leave behind will also be subject to taxes. So listen, we can decide when we pay taxes on the money we set aside for our future. We can pay taxes now, we can pay taxes later, or we can be tax advantage. That says never, but there is tax advantage. There is no never. I just want to trick you a little bit, but there is tax advantage, right? And so in this tax now category, that's money that's in bank type products, money market account, savings account, CDs, stocks, bonds, real estate. If it makes money in the calendar year, then you will be subject to capital gains tax, minimum of 15%. In this tax later category, that's what most working people are familiar with. The 401k, the 403b, the pension, the IRA, the SEP IRA, all of those government qualified accounts. Listen to my language. Now, if you all are 100% sure that the government's going to take care of you when you get old, keep doing what you're doing. I'm a little bit worried about that though. Okay. So if all of your money, think about it, is in government qualified accounts, what's going to happen when the government comes after you? Okay. So here's the deal. 90% of all money is in tax now, tax later. 90%. Why is it there? Because people don't know what their other options are. How about this tax advantage? Tax advantage is there's only three things, right? So that is the Roth IRA, which some of you are familiar with, you may even have, or the Roth 401k. It's a good product. It does have income and contribution limits, so we can help you with that. How about cash value life insurance? Some of you think life insurance, when I die, I really don't care about it. Here's the thing. Wealthy people, top 5%, use cash value life insurance as a asset, not a liability. Oh my God, there's the magic. It's an asset. People say, oh, insurance is not an investment. You're right. It's an asset. That's the difference. There's a huge difference there, right? How about the other thing, municipal bonds? So municipal bonds, no tax liability. You buy the bonds, you let them mature, no tax liability. But here's the deal. You know, they're only delivering about 2% return. So what's the problem? It doesn't outpace inflation. That's what you got to know. See, we're not, you know, in this business for you to just give us your money and, you know, we just handle it. That's not what we do here. We're about the education. And once you know better, here's what we believe. You will absolutely do better. You will absolutely do better. And so municipal bonds, not the ticket right now, but guess what? That could change in 5 years. Guess what you will do then? You will change. Your financial strategy is ever evolving. It's not one thing. It's not set in time. Some people say I'm set. Bad language. Take that out of your vocabulary. How about stock market? Goes up and down. We already know that. Goes up and down, right? Well, then how can we get upset when it goes down? Very interesting concept to me, right? Here's the thing. When it dropped 3,000 points, how many of you got a call from your broker, said, hey, you know what? 3 months ahead. Hey, you know what? Something's getting ready to happen. There's going to be a pandemic and people are going to get sick and the market's going to react. So you need to do something with your money. Nobody got that call. See, Warren Buffett says there's 2 rules to investing. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Only investment advice richest man in the world gives. Guess what? 95% of the population does the exact opposite. You know why? Because we don't know what else to do. But what if we could protect ourselves from these losses? You see the market, you know, this is just a look back on the S&P 500 and what it did. And, you know, the drop in 2020, the drop in the 2019 and 2008, 2001. What if you could protect yourself against those drops? You can. It's called the index concept. Guess what? Been around since 1985. You said, well, I never heard of it. So what? Still been around since 1985. Okay. This is when I got pissed off because I didn't get a hold of it in 1985. So this is when I got kind of pissed off because I'm thinking, I'm a smart girl here. What's the problem? I'm general manager, major company, major organization, covering 3 states. I think I'm the stuff, right? But this I didn't know. Okay, really blew my mind. Anyway, here's how it works. You start out with $100,000. You put it in S&P 500. This is actual returns of the S&P 500, which is top 500 companies in America. Here's what we know. They make money. Amazon, Google, Yahoo, Xerox, they make money. They may get rid of all the people, but they make money, right? And so start out with $100,000 in 2000, but because of the dot-com bomb in 2001, that 100,000 became 59,000. Okay, so here's what the industry tells you to say. Hey, no problem. It'll come back. I'm in it for the long haul. Guess what? Warren Buffett, when the pandemic happened, guess what he did? Got rid of United Airlines stock right at the beginning. United Airlines dumped it. You said, what's the matter with Warren? Why didn't he wait till it comes back? He told you 2 rules to investing. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. That's it. Okay. If you utilize this index concept, money stays whole. You keep your 100,000. When the market starts back up again, you start back up again, but up here, you see that? When the market crashed in 2008, you kept all of your earnings. This is so powerful. Don't miss this, people. When the market started back up again in March of 2009, you started back up, but up here. Difference of 207,000 versus 150,000. Listen, we don't have to be mathematicians to know which one is bigger, right? Okay, you already know which one is bigger. I don't have to help you with that. Okay, but you just have to answer yourself to this question. Did you ever know about this? Did anybody ever tell you about this? Well, if you met me, you heard about it, you know about it. What you did about it is on you, but you know about it because it's that important. All right. If we take a look at one of the companies that we represent and actually what the returns have been on these index type products, 7.69%, beating the market, 9.7%, pretty much in line with the market, 8%, 13%. So huge returns is what we're able to deliver to our clients. Isn't that what people are looking for? Huge returns with no downside risk. All right, let's talk about the business. Before we go there, let me just share a few statistics with you because I think it's really important. You know, the average income in the United States is $31,133. Can you imagine? $31,133. Now, the highest paid, listen to this, the highest paid professions are all medical, okay? The amount that they earn is $261,730. You go ahead and Google this. Don't have to trust me. Go ahead and Google it. 261,000 in the medical profession. That is the highest income, the average highest income that they earn. Some are higher than that, some are lower than that, but the average is 261,000. Can I tell you that our senior field directors here earn more than that? I earn way more than that, okay? After having been here, I started earning way more than that after being here just 8 years, okay? So here's the thing. This business is easy to start, but this is a business. Okay, a business that can take you to the highest level. Average CEO in the United States earns $250,000. CEO of the corporation, only one. So if the CEO earns $250,000, everybody else earns less. Okay, in the United States, the average CEO earns $250,000. Okay, we got people that are blowing that thing away. You heard him say, Elaine's got a $200,000 ring. Guess what? It's from 200,000 to 300,000. Okay, so it's not just 200,000. It's somewhere in between there, up to 299. And she's on her way to 300,000. She's a retired sheriff. So she already made a 6-figure income. So you say to yourself, I already make a 6-figure income. But let me ask you one last question. How much of that is passive? How much of that? Ask Elaine, how much of her 200,000 is passive? See, that's a whole nother level that the top 5% are always looking at. How am I going to have some passive income of those 7 income sources that I have? That's what we teach. That's what you're going to learn here. And so they speak a whole nother language too. They don't speak in the language of this is how much money I earn. They speak in the language of net worth. Net worth. So add that to your vocabulary. So net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. If you are upside down, guess what? You absolutely need to take this meeting today seriously and talk to the person that invited you. So I talked about doctors. You know how many years it takes to be a doctor? Anywhere from 11 to 15 years. 11 to 15 years to earn $261,000. You got time for that? No, you don't. No, you don't. So that's what we're talking about today. How will you get there without having to have the medical degree? So it's easy to start. When I say easy to start, what's easy to start? $100. You say, what? $100? I know for me, I can spend $100 walking across the street. For real, that's just me, right? So $100, no big deal. But what's that $100 get you? It gets you this system so that you can win. That's what you're buying. And as long as you execute on it, you will win. That much I know from my experience. You can start part-time, dual career. I started part-time, but I became dual career, as did Elaine, as did Anita. We became dual career, meaning we were working equally as hard on our business as we were working on our job. If you let the job take priority, you will always have a job. You let the business take priority, you will always be an owner. You decide which one you want to be. There's a proven business system already here. That's what you're getting for the $100. You're getting our system. That's how you're going to win. Good compensation. I'm going to share that with you in a minute. And you are building your business inside of a business that's already established. You don't have to build it from ground up. I've already done ground up. Cost a lot of money. Didn't make a lot of money. Okay, we thought we were in business. We had 15 employees. We had 2 locations. We thought, woohoo, we live in the business. Cost a bunch of money. Okay, here, not that issue. Okay, you can start earning money here and license within 90 days. That's what the system already sets you up for. All right, so there's 2 ways we can go into business. We can be mom and pop. So you got an idea, just like I was. You got an idea, so you take your idea, you go to work on that idea. Well, guess what? You are going to work. Okay. And if it doesn't work out, you are the one that's going to get hit the hardest. Okay. You don't have access to a team and to a system and to support. And so what we have here at Census is a professional system. That's what Census gives you. Like I said, none of us work for Census. We all work for ourselves. But it gives us the teamwork, teaches us how to teach other people how to do what we do, gives us the nationwide outlets. We are all over the place now. We're in more than 30 states now. It's amazing to me. And then we have that systematic approach. So what do you want? What do you want? You want to just start from the ground and hope to God to pray, and pray that it works? Or you want to already have an established system that already works that you can step into? So let's talk about money. All right. This is my most favorite thing. And so let's talk about money. So typically people will set aside, once they've met with us and they understand where they are financially, they will set aside at least $500 a month, some are less. It does, average about $500 a month. So if the client says, I'm going to save $500 a month towards my financial future, guess what? The companies advance you that times 12, which is 6,000 points is what we call it. Okay. And then you are compensated at your contract level. We fast track you to a 50% contract. So you go ahead and do the math on 50%. But if in fact, you're at the first level manager position, which is also how we fast track you, then you're at a 75%. So money in your pocket is $4,500. Now, listen, I don't know about you, but an extra $4,500 a month, I think I could do something with that. In fact, I did. It could actually change your zip code. So how about that? That's just one. Now, the next way is if you train people to do what you've learned. See, our system is built on giving. So we are continuously helping and training the next person to get to the next level. That makes us very different than corporate America. I wonder how many people were supporting your promotion in corporate America. Well, think about it like this. Here in Census, everybody is supporting your promotion to the highest level. Okay, which happens to be a senior executive vice chair. Anyway, so if you're a field director and you're training some associates and some senior associates, difference between their contract, your contract is what you are compensated. So let's say everybody's doing the same one case. And so that has a total of $10,200. That's just 4 cases. That's just 4 families that you help in an entire month, $10,200. Yes, that can be done. Now, here's where we get to that passive income, right? So before it was all active. Now we're talking passive. So what we're doing is we're trying to get you to the first level manager level as quickly as possible. That's the system way. And so if we're working that hard to get you there, then we're building up your company, your agency for you. So if you're at Elaine's level, which is senior field director, difference between your contract and the field director contract is 5%. But the company gives you an additional 8% to help that person get to the next level. Amazing, right? And so field director average in our company does $30,000 a month, $30,000 a month. Some of them, they go as high as, 80, 100,000, but average 30,000. So here's the passive income. You get 8 plus 5, 13. 13% of that agent's revenue is what goes into your pocket. Oh my God, $11,700 passive income. So my husband and I, we probably have about 17 managers. You do the math. All right. So this is it. Remember, I told you ground floor opportunity, right? I told you ground floor opportunity you can be a part of here at Census. You say, well, what if, it doesn't happen? Well, I bet, in fact, I know that some of the executives with Microsoft, when Bill Gates said, listen, I can't pay you more money. In fact, I can't even pay you what the industry is paying. I can pay you less money, but I will give you stock in this company. Well, some of the hot shots, the smart ones who were earning $60,000 a year, and at that time it seemed like a lot of money, they say, hey, no, I'm going to go work for HP or Xerox or somebody else. I need to get more money. I can't be hanging out here with you, Bill. We've been in the garage and, it's too much. I don't want to do this. Right. So didn't hang out, didn't go for it. But guess what? Microsoft made more millionaires, secretaries, than did any other business in American history. Do you understand that? So what's in front of you here at Census? If you decide, I want to be a part of this, I don't really understand all of it, because don't try to understand all of it, because you can't. okay? I want to be a part of this, right? Then you are positioning yourself to be a part of this. Half of the acquisition, we intend to get this company up to $1 billion valuation. You say, what? Yes, I said it. I said it out loud. $1 billion valuation. So half of that billion is going to go to the two co-founders. Why? Because they put up all the money for this. You didn't put up any money. You put up $100. So they're going to get half of it, right? The other half is going to be split between senior field directors and above. Okay, you still have the opportunity right now, new person listening, as well as person that's thinking about this. You still have the opportunity right now to be a part of this acquisition. Okay, I don't know for how long, but I do know for right now. For me and my husband, it means millions of dollars. There's no way in the world I want to miss out on that. See, I don't want to be the person, and don't you be the person either, that's watching us on TV and saying to yourself, you know what? I was listening to that. I got invited to something where they talked about that, you know, or I was a part of that and I quit. Don't you let that be you. There's nothing worse than a life of regret. Nothing worse than that. So my husband always says there's 1, 2, 3 great opportunities that come across your desk over your lifetime. I don't know which one this is for you, but please don't let it pass you by. Whoa, I was talking really fast. I hope you got it, because they said, Tracy, you got to make this real short. Okay, so I hope you got it. What you didn't get, the person that invited you, talk to them. Okay, you owe it to yourself, because let me tell you something, they're going all the way. And if they're going all the way, you don't want to be the one that has that regret. Thank you so much, Elaine. Thank you, everybody. I hope to see you all. I hope that you will consider this as a huge opportunity to change your life, change your future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tracy. OMG. Do you see how we can be so successful in this company? And to really put it in perspective, I'm actually earning money that a doctor earns. Wow. Thank you, Tracy. Okay, so we're going to move right along. This is getting better and better. So you're probably asking yourself, okay, can I really do this? Is this really for me? Well, what I would say is hold on, because we have 2 more great speakers that are coming up and you do not want to miss it. So I'm going to get right into my next speaker. Let's see here, sharing my screen here. Okay. Our next speaker, this is someone that is near and dear to my heart. She is going to share her why and how she started from the bottom and now she's way up here. I'm going to get myself out the way and introduce you to none other than one of our field vice chairs, Miriam Razuli. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Miriam, are you there?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, we have to let this play because I know this is your song. Okay, Miriam, take it away.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's an honor to be here today. Thank you for inviting me. Oh my God, we have so many people on this call. That means things are happening. Now, today I was invited to talk about my journey and how I did a complete transformation because of this opportunity. And so I want to talk a little bit about who I am and how I started with this company and how I was introduced to this company and what this opportunity really did for me and for my family. I came to United States as a very young age, and I was 19 years old, you know, chasing the American dream. And I was very, very blessed very early on. Got introduced to the mortgage industry, and I started as a processor. And that industry blessed me where I was able to make 6-figure income at a very young age. Like everybody else, because I had no prior experience of making income or making my own money, I fell in the trap of what most people fall into, which is becoming a consumer, not a saver. And that basically, I was I was young, I was making 6-figure income, that allowed me to have a luxurious lifestyle. I bought my own condo at age 25. I was driving a nice car. I had all the shoes and purses, and I was dining at the best restaurant in town, and life was just beautiful. And but then what happened is life happened. And if you guys remember the 2008 crash, the industry, the mortgage industry, like we had a whole downfall. And because I was in that industry, my company, my broker and the owner of the company, was looking for different ways of bringing income streams to the company. And he found Census. And when he found Census, he introduced me to Census, but he also had to make some financial decisions, and he had to do a lot of layoffs. And I was one of the first one that got laid off, and that really put me in a very emotional, insecure place. And I was, devastated. So back then I was very angry, emotionally very frustrated, insecure when it came to my finances. And but I didn't understand it back then. But today I'm so grateful to my broker that introduced me to Census and showed me this opportunity. And I always say that God loves me, right? And Tracy, I love Tracy. When I grow up, I want to be like Tracy. I'm telling you, she's an amazing lady, and she just broke it down amazingly. And I want to tell you, they say that opportunity knocks on your door only a few times in your lifetime, and it's up to you to realize that this is an opportunity and grab it and run with it. And when I say God loves me, God loves all of us. It's just I don't know why, and I know, and I want to explain to you in what kind of emotional and financial insecure place I was, but especially being here and alone in the country, in a different continent. My parents live in Germany. I had no financial backings of my family, so it was very, very tough place to be in 2008 when I started with this company. And but one thing that, although I was very insecure and I was very financially, like where I had my condo was going to foreclosure, my car was going to in repo. I had to drive my car in different parking spots and hide it so people don't repo it, right? That's where I was. But then I was very certain about one thing, Tracy. I didn't want to give anybody the opportunity or the pleasure to lay me off again. And that was what I was certain about. And one thing that I was coming when here in Census, and I was hearing like you can build your own business, you can be your own business owner, and really understanding that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and this company will train you how to become successful in this industry. And those are the stuff that God made me hear. A lot of us don't hear it. That we it's been told us, but are we really hearing it? And that's why I feel so blessed and so grateful that I listened and my ears were hearing this. And I want to share with you today how Census transformed my entire life, who I am as a person when I started with this company, and who I am today as a successful businesswoman. So, but was it easy? Absolutely not, because there's no such a thing that, there's no quick way to become successful. Yes, I was a hard worker when I was working in the mortgage sector, and I made somebody else very wealthy. And when things were not going well, guess what? I was just a number, right? So I put the same hard work into my business. And with this company, they trained me, they developed me to become a business owner. And that is basically what Sensis did. And because you're working for yourself, but you're not working by yourself, I had that team, we had that community that supported you and lifted you when you were down. You know, there was many times that I was down, right? But because of the community that we have here in Sensis, I was lifted emotionally, and people were, you know, it was just a beautiful place to be. Well, you know, an outside Sensis world, you know, the reality, it was not that nice. So you know, it's been a blessing. I went through a lot of, you know, emotional struggles and one of the things that one of the first whys I had, I just wanted to get out of that debt I had accumulated. And here is the sad thing. We are living in a society, in a world where we get constantly mental messages of what we should buy next. Right? Especially the young generation. I'm so worried about them. Why? Because we are getting mental messages to become what? To become consumers, right? So, and that was what I was also being. And what I learned here at Sensis is to become a saver, a business owner, an investor, and 14 years fast forward, I'm a field vice chair here at the company, and I'm a 500,000 ring earner, right? So and I'm just gonna show you some pictures that will speak for themselves, right? So before and after pictures. I don't know how much time I have, but you know, they asked me to go and find some pictures, and I'm like, where do I go? I went to my Instagram, but then I, hold on, that's not what I wanted to show here. This is what I want to show you. This was me when I first started with Sensis. Okay, this was me, and this is these are the two CEOs, right? But this was me. This was 14 years ago. This is when I first started. And, you know, I was going through building my business, going through really trying to find who I am as a person. And I was going through a lot of training. This is one of our events. And this is me again in one of our events, right? You know what? I wanted to find some pictures before Sensis and I couldn't find it. So, but these are pictures that were, you know, this is actually me. You know, this was like probably 10 years ago. I was in the West End hotel at one of our events. But then when you know, your finances are better and you're happier and you know, pay attention to your health and, you know, and are mentally and emotionally more secure. And they say money doesn't make you happy, but you know what? When you have money, for some reason, you're happier. Does that make sense? And that is, you know, the picture says it all, you know, my eyes, I was sad. I was going through a lot of struggles, but I was building my business, and Sensis helped me to build my business. And here we go. And this is not, I'm not trying to show off, guys, but this is who I am today. You know, this is new me, you know, a successful business owner. And, you know, I'm happier than ever, you know, but it's not because of, and I'm not, one thing is that I wanted to go, I went to my Facebook or my Instagram, And I wanted to delete a lot of old pictures because I don't look like that anymore. But then I said, you know what? I'm not going to delete nothing because I don't want to ever, ever, ever forget where I came from. You know, I don't want to forget where I came from. And this is a picture that I just recently took. And these are all the ranks. You know, one thing about this company, as you're growing and you're developing yourself, the awards and the the incentives that this company has built in, it just makes you feel like, wow, that's another achievement. And you feel good about yourself and you feel like, wow, I can do better. If I did this, I can do, and that strives you to do more. And I remember when I got my 100,000 ring, and I was like, wow, in the mortgage sector, I made 6-figure income, but that took me a long time. I made my 6-figure ring with this company the first year I started with, and that was 2008 when people didn't have money to save. And I remember 2-3 years later, I got my 200,000 ring, and I was invited, and then the 300,000 ring, and then when I got my 500,000 ring, that was like unbelievable. The Tracy just said about. She talked about, an average CEO makes $250,000, and I feel embarrassed that I made this kind of money. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, what, why did I make this kind of, like, you don't, like, you want to not make that money anymore. I'm like we should, like, because all the schooling that do it, I have respect, right? But then I got the presidential rank, but that Rolex that, that's not showing, that's a company gift, that's a company gift. And this company is crazy. I'm telling you, we go to work and they just give you. And right now I'm so spoiled. I swear to God, Tracy, I'm in the market to buy another Rolex, and I'm so spoiled that I don't want to buy it because I'm thinking since this is gonna somehow, like, that's the next promote, something is gonna happen. But that's what did they do with you? We have it all implemented. And what I love about our company, you're an independent agent. You're working for yourself. You're not working for Census. You're just getting amazing training by Census, and the community that we have today, that's built into Census, that helps you to develop you and find truly a new identity. And that's what happened to me. I found a new identity working with Census. And I really hope and pray that the way God spoke to me, and he made me hear. See, God speaks to all of us, but are we hearing what he's saying? That's a different thing. Are you hearing what Tracy just talked about? I know she had to go fast, and I hope to God she's going to do it again, because that's exactly the presentation I was listening to in 2008 when my broker, who loved me to death, and he always said, Miriam, when anything goes wrong, I will only keep you and I will always have your back. And the condo that he sold, that I bought, he was my broker. He made very good commission on me, put me in a very nice debt, right? $500,000 debt at age 25 that I could not pay back. And I had to file bankruptcy in 2010. That's where I was when I heard what she just said. That's where I was. And for some reason, I heard it. And this is the result. Now, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only. Tracy, her husband, Wabette, Elaine, there's so many of us. It's not one of those companies. But here's the thing, guys. There's no now no such a thing as free lunch or what everything that I hear on. I'm so frustrated about social media because there's so much like information that's like, and people say, you do this, you become rich, you do that. No, there's a lot of hard work goes behind it. But you've grabbed your opportunity, the industry, it's high paid, there's a huge potential of growth, and you put the hard work behind it like you would work for your boss. And that's it. And then Sensis just sends you gifts and buys you stuff. Listen, I hope that it helped to hear my story. I know we're running out of time. I'm not going to speak too much, but my transformation, I owe it only because of this opportunity. I was nobody. I was a sad, you know what I was? I was this. I was this person. I'm sorry. Where are you? This is what, are you seeing this? This is who I was. This is who I was. And this is me today. So, and this is because of Sensis, all of it, all of it. So take this opportunity. I think this is the saddest picture I've had, and I will never delete this. I will never delete this picture. So I don't want to ever forget where I come from. That's my time, guys. Let me show you who I am today so you don't forget. This is me today. Don't forget that. But don't forget where I came from either. I will never forget, and I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for people like Elaine, Tracy, everybody that's here, because they are my family. And when I was down and I was struggling, they were next to me. And we had a lot of fun. Oh my God, we have stories to tell you. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so much fun. But that's when you come, and when all the stuff opens, we have conventions, we go on trips. It's amazing. I love you guys.
Thank you, Miriam. Oh,
Thank you.
it just keeps getting better and better and better. We thank you so much for that great presentation. And it just, I'm just sign me up. Okay, that's my feeling right now after hearing these amazing speakers and their amazing stories. So we are going to go into our next speaker of the afternoon before we close out. Now, this is one of our babies in the business. She's one of our she came in and she started heading straight for the top in a short period of time. She's a manager in our company. She just got promoted. So she's one of our new managers in the company, and they call her Boss Lady. Okay. And she has earned that name because she moves like a boss. She acts like a boss. She's working like a boss, and she is a boss. So I am going to get myself out of the way here. And hold on. Okay. So they gave me this tech task, right? Okay. But I'm not a tech person. So I'm glad you guys are bearing with me, but I want to introduce to you Boss Lady Linda Adams. Linda.
Thank you, Elaine. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Woo. I know we've been on here for like 2 hours. So if you need to stretch, shake your neck, twist and turn in your chair, do what you got to do, because we've been here for the past 2 hours. And I'm so very excited to be sharing with you guys today. So let me get my screen. Give me one moment. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of the support that Census is giving to all of our new agents. As I said, I'm so excited that you guys are here joining us today. So I know that my time is short. I'm so excited. I need to set my timer because when I'm this excited, I will talk your ears off. And so I want to be conscious and respectful of everyone's time. So I'm going to set a timer to stop me when my time is almost up. Okay. So let's just get into it. So what you guys are looking at is a map of all of the offices that we have throughout Census. So far, we have 40 flags planted. But if you look at this map, there's so many states that we have not even tapped into. And so me personally, when I got this map, I'm thinking like, how many places can I plant mine? There's literally only 18 states. So there's so much room for growth. And believe it or not, I've already focused on 3 because I can do it. I focus on 3 different states that I need that does not have a flag that I need to focus on and plant a flag in. And guess what? Because I'm a visual kind of person, I've already visualized and I'm making preparation to plant those flags. It will happen. So those of you, she introduced me as boss lady, and I like to try to live up to that. I like to live up to the boss status. So trust and believe at some point, I am going to be planting a flag in 3 other states on this map. Where are you willing to plant your flag? Because it's possible to plant your flag anywhere. I'm already licensed in like 6 or 7 different states. But you know what? Being licensed in one area and then having an office is huge. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Where's the next place you're going to plant your flag? So in Census, we have Quick Start. Quick Start is phenomenal. We have one of the best training in the industry, mentors, projects, everything in the whole industry. I could have went anywhere. I have a state license. I could have went with anyone, but I chose Census because Census is one of the best, and they are the best in the industry. One of the things that you can actually take advantage of is pre-licensing courses. It is $19.95 to do your pre-licensing classes through ExamFX with Census. If you were to go, I wish I had known when I got started, and truly I'm a baby, but this was not available at the time. And I'm talking back in, I don't know, last year sometime. I paid $60. And so, as you all know, the saying, you know, the rich stay rich because they don't pay a whole lot of money for things that they have. They take advantage of all the free stuff, all the inexpensive stuff, because they want to keep their wealth. Okay, so to be able to get your free license, your pre-licensing classes for $19.99 is huge. You're going to save $40, $45 you add taxes. Okay, and then continuing education. Continuing education, come on, it's $29.95 on here. If you go outside of here, you're going to pay $40. Why not save to get your pre-licensing and continuing education classes done? Census is giving you that opportunity. And then I want to add this, along with the ExamFX pre-licensing courses, you also get study material, you get videos, all of that to prepare you for taking your state exam. And it's not just in California. This is so many states. All you got to do is log on through the back office, click the drop down, and pick your state. Okay. The what if calculator. I'm going to start with the what if calculator first before I go to Plan B video. This what if calculator, everyone needs to have this what if calculator as an agent. When you go and sit with your clients, you want to make sure that you have access to a what if calculator. That way, because if someone sit with me and tell me, let me show you how you can get to where you want to be when you retire. Let me show you if you're behind, you need to play catch up. Let me do the real live numbers for you. This what if calculator will do that. But guess what? In the back office, it's $4.95. You know what I paid for mine? $99. Okay. That's $95 more than what I could have paid had I got it in the back office. That's huge. For a calculator, you never want to leave home without. Okay. Our Plan B video. I am going to have Chris Grantham, FD, share video with you guys, and then I'm going to talk about this video after it's played. But please, please, please pay attention to this video. It's going to really shed some light on being a business owner versus a W-2 employee, meaning working for another company. Okay, Chris, if you can go ahead and play the video for me, I appreciate it.
Cold, hard facts. The cost of living is constantly rising. Healthcare is expensive. Tax increases are a way of life. Downsizing and layoffs happen all the time. With those facts in mind, answer honestly. If something happened to you or a loved one that created large medical bills, what is your financial survival plan? And what about retirement? Will Social Security be there? Will you have a pension? What's your plan if you suddenly lose your income? How much do you have in your emergency fund? Do you even have an emergency fund? Maybe your answer to these questions is to say that I'll open my own business. Many people think about going into business for themselves because very few people are able to stay at the same job for 20 or 30 years. Secure and well-paying jobs with pensions or generous retirement plans have been disappearing for years. But the reality today is it takes a large investment to start a small business. And very few small businesses actually make enough profit to keep their doors open beyond the first 5 years. What if you could go into business for yourself with experienced mentors to show you the way? What if you could control your own schedule and work from home? What if you could build a business part-time without quitting your existing job or business? What if that business didn't involve large expenses or overhead? What if your business was in an industry that does well in both recessions and economic booms? Would you take advantage of that kind of opportunity? Citizens is here to provide life-changing information to you and your family. We are financial professionals that help families attain financial security and prepare for their financial future. We also help people from different backgrounds and different levels of experience build a business in the financial industry. Whatever your goal may be, the time to start is today. Make a decision to change your life and come together with Synsis like so many others have.
Thank you, Chris, for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so you guys saw it. You know, working for a corporation, I come from the corporate world. And I know that coming from the corporate world, I'm 53 years old. For the last 30 something years, they can give you them pink slippers at any given moment. And this pandemic should have literally been a wake-up call for many people. I don't care how many years you've been with the company. I don't care what benefits they may be offering. There is no guarantee of employment unless your name is on that company, unless you are the business owner. At any given moment, you can be out of there. I know people who called me who've been working for a company for 16 years, 18 years, who got laid off during a pandemic. So yeah, I get people with all these different opinions about, what they want to do what business they want to start, the pros and the cons. But there's nothing wrong with multiple streams of income. That is one of the things that I talk about so often. Prior to me even coming on board with Census, I was a business development manager. And so I talk day to day to people about business. What is wrong with having multiple streams of income? But guess what? It's the mindset. I still have a job, but I work the minimum. I don't know if everyone know what a longshoreman is. So during the day, I'm doing Census. I may be a stiletto, suited and booted. But when I go to that port, I'm in steel toes and hard hats. But guess what? I am working the bare minimum hours just to keep the benefits because I don't need to work there. Because everything that I am doing with Census is supplying my every need financially. So I don't have to really go there if I don't want to. So I always tell, it's the mindset. If you look at this as a side hustle, then it's going to be just that, a side hustle. But if you look at this as I am starting my own business, this is something that I want to do. I want to take my business to the next level. Then guess what? You'll be able to do that. And I'll tell you, just like the video said, come on, you can set your own schedule. You can work from home. And the overhead, when I tell you guys, I said I wear many hats. I'm a licensed realtor. Haven't even tapped into real estate. And I'm not knocking anyone that's in the real estate industry, but I make more doing what I do with Census than I do in real estate. Okay? And that's huge. And I'll tell you, when I started in real estate, it cost me, and I'm just estimating, well over $5,000. Well over $5,000. This industry have no overhead. Signing up with us with Census, it will cost you $100. Anything else is bare minimum to literally start your own business. Why wouldn't you? And yes, you're going to hear everybody's opinion. We know the saying, opinions is like da 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 da. You know what? Everybody have them. But you got to make a decision for yourself. How are you willing to pour into your future? How are you willing to set yourself up? How are you willing to plan and set your family up for the future? See, that's what this comes down to. And yeah, is it work? Of course. I work. It's work hard, play harder. You'll get that here from Census. Okay, so we really need to think about what it takes. What are you willing to sacrifice? Not listen to the naysays. And not just assume that if I get into this business, it's going to cost me a whole lot of money, because it's bare minimum. You can get away with literally all the way down to getting your license, roughly $500, if not less than that. Okay, so it's bare minimum for pouring into your own future. So I just want to make sure that I just go over a few things that was on that video. Please do not hesitate getting into this business when it's not going to cost you that much and you can make unlimited, uncapped income. Okay. Oh, and as I said, all work and no play, that's not happening at Census. I'm looking at a lot of these on here, and as we see Elaine and Wavette, a 50K club, 200K club ring. You making money in this business, but guess what? This is extra. This is free. Did you hear what I said? It's a commercial I always see. Free, free, free. Yeah, this is free. Okay, 3 perfect days, I'm on it. I'm working for Puerto Vallarta. I look at all of this and I'm setting targets. I got targets on all of these. Everybody that's on this page, I got targets on y'all back because I'm trying to get to where you are. Miss Miriam, with all those rings, I'm coming for you. That's free. And guess what? I'm going to get that. Plus, I'm earning money in the process. So you guys, it's not just about business always. Census is rewarding us. They don't have to. What company? Think about your company. What is your company willing to give you? I know when I was in corporate America, I had to put 10 years in before I got a freaking portable barbecue grill. Okay, 10 years. In 10 years, I want at least a 500K ring. But think about what I'm going to have leading up to the 10 years. 50K watch, 100K ring, 200K ring, 300K ring, a couple of trips in between. Wavette got some bowls or whatever those is, the headphones, they look like some bowls. I mean, some Beats. Come on. That's leading up to the 10 years. And not even to mention the amount of money that I am making, the amount of money that I am saving getting there. Okay, so we need to really look at that. It's rewarding. We're not just all work. Oh, and the training, this is just one of them, and I'm going to get into a few of them. You've heard some of the best speaking today, including myself. Tracy, ED, Chris FVC, Miriam. I mean, you've heard some of the best of the best. With this Quick Start Masterclass, we have these throughout the year. Oh my God, absolutely amazing. If you're not into these to get the training that you need to take your business to the next level, you will be missing out. So whoever invited you on this Zoom today, make sure that you reach out to them to find out how can you enroll in the masterclass. It is amazing. Believe me when I tell you. That's just one of the things. So let me just tell you guys how I got into Census. I met Wavette Johansson, SFD, and she invited me.
So everybody's been.
She invited me to convention. When I went to that convention, I realized I'm one of those people, all you got to do is just give it to me. Just give it to me quick, right? I went to the convention and was blown away. I did not even finish the convention. And I told Wavette, I said, how do I join? Sign me up. Okay. That's what these events will make you feel like. This year was my very first year for kickoff. Oh my God, even on Zoom. Absolutely amazing. Team Builders Club event, the new agent orientation and advanced training. This is just to name a few of the events that we have throughout the year to get your business to the next level. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so in continuing, business presentation. If you look at this slide, there's a lot, maybe a lot going on, but guess what? We just want you to know all of the things that we have going on. Oh, there's my picture in the bottom left. All of the things that we have going on within Census, we will support you. There's so many mentors. I mean, some of your biggest, most wealthiest people have mentors. You get them free with Census. You don't pay for a mentor. I mean, I've been a mentor for many people over the years. I get paid. Sometimes somebody can come and sit in my chair in my office, and before they leave, I'm getting a $5,000 check. I'm being very, very serious. And so to be able to run your business and have the best of the best mentors supporting you, oh my God. And not to mention how many people work for a corporation and never even literally had a phone conversation with the CEO. Oh, you get that here. Oh, you get a home visit. You go on these trips. You could be sitting at the breakfast table or the dinner table, having lunch or dinner with the CEOs. That's how personal we are in this business. You're not going to get that anywhere. Trust me, you won't. I've been in the corporate America for so many years. Never have I ever sat down with the CEO of none of the companies that I work for. I haven't even had a conversation. I'm just going to keep it 100. I haven't even had a conversation. And I was on a Zoom last week and John Kim dipped in and had a few words for me. I was blown away. Yeah, he do that often. So believe me, when you go to thinking about the business, the companies that you want to join forces with, look at that. Look at your support system. Look at your mentorship. Look at how connected you are with the CEOs, how accessible they are. That's major. You get that here at Sensis. Okay? Sensis not only support you, Sensis support the community. Yes, we give back. We support the community. Here's some of the events that we've had throughout 2020. 401k, financial prosperity. I mean, this is just continuous that we allow you to invite guests to, that we expect for you to come to build, continuously build your knowledge, to continuously build your business. So this is just a few. And I'm going to end it with how Sensis is truly supporting our community. As you saw in the beginning, all those flags that we have up, 40 different flags in 18 different states, they're also supporting those communities as well. I was lagging and did not submit a request for my daughter for a scholarship, but it happens. Okay, but I do have another one that's graduating next year. I won't miss the deadline come next year. But this is how Sensis gives back. The events that we have, we use that to give back in our community for scholarships for our up and coming entrepreneurs. Okay, so I just want to end with, if you have been on the fence, if you've been hearing other people say, oh, you know, you're doing this now, you was just doing this last month, throw that out the window. Trust me, I've worn many hats and I still wear many hats. There's nothing wrong with multiple streams of income. But if you're going to do multiple streams of income, you be the best at every single one of them. I never, ever say I am working a part-time job, or this is my side hustle, or this is just extra income, or I only want to make this amount of money. It's a mindset change. I don't say any of those things. When you get into this business, you look at this as your business. How far can you take your business? Plan on acquisition. Acquisition is huge. It can change your life instantaneously. Acquisition. And so you want to look at this business as a mindset change. I'm going to step into this. It's not going to cost me a whole lot. Okay, if that person don't support me, they'll jump on board at some point, because everybody needs what we have. And if you want to talk about sales, everything you do in your life is about sales. When you bought your house, you was on the sales end, one or the other. When you bought your car, your utilities, everybody is striving for your business. Everything about your life is sales. So it really just depends on how you think about it. But this, what we do, it's sales a sell. It's a need. It's a need for everybody. I need this in my life. My mother needed this in her life. My mother is on a fixed income. I literally help pay my mom's bills every month because her Social Security doesn't cut it. But my mother wasn't aware of this. My mother even asked me, can I get that? I said, Mom, you good, I got you. Because my mom is already in her 70s, but I got my mother. But had she known about this years ago, she would be good. So I say that to say there's so many people that is so stuck in this certain mindset that they're missing it. So we have to be the voice. We have to be the one to carry this torch and educate people and get people covered and bring people into the business, because the more people we have in the business, the more we can spread it throughout the community. Thank you. That is my time. I appreciate you guys. Have a fabulous rest of your day.
Mute. We're on mute, Elaine. SFD.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Linda FD. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap it up in a moment. So just sit tight. But do you see how someone can start with no financial background and really build big in our business? You've actually heard from Chris earlier. He talked about how our industry is and our system is second to none. You also heard about Tracy. She talked about how we did purposeful work. And every time I think about purposeful work, this purposeful work has taken me off my job, my 6-figure job in 3.5 years. This purposeful work has helped me pay off $38,000 in debt. This purposeful work helped me just do what I want, when I want, with who I want, and how I want to do it. Like go to Disneyland and watch my daughter be proposed to. This purposeful work has done so much. So now I want to go ahead and share, because we are going to recognize some people here. Okay, so here we go. Where's my music? 1 second. Okay, so we're gonna recognize some folks. I'm gonna share my screen. So can you all see this, the Leaders Board contest? So not only do we recognize people, not only do we work hard, but we play hard, and we want to recognize these leaders. This is our leaderboard contest, and these people are winning money. So Alan Tracy Weathers, they've won $40 and $60 gift cards. Alfredo Lambert, $40 gift card. Ivan Lee, he's on my team, $20 gift card. Joe Tarani won a $40 gift card. Wivette, my sister, Joe Hansen, $60 gift card, $300 gift card. Linda Boss Lady Adams, look at all those awards she has there. And then we have the top of the top, Mayor, Adita, and Dinese. Dinese is on my team too. $800 gift card just for showing up, just for helping people, right? Getting paid to make money, okay? Ivan Lee, you're amazing. Congratulations to Alan, to Alfredo Lambert and Joe Tarani, Alan Tracy Weathers, Wivette Johansson, could I get a loan? And Linda Boss Lady Adams, congratulations. And here's the big winners, okay? What would you do with the $800? Now, this is not even commission. This is just for showing up on the leaderboard, and this shows you how our company cares, okay? Now, I wanna make sure, okay? Now, I want to make sure everyone knows about this masterclass. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the music, okay, because we are wrapping it up here. So you may be asking, what next? Okay, you want to get back with the person who invited you, get back with them right away, because this masterclass is for our brand new people. It starts on the May 17th. It's for on every single Monday night. It's for our brand new people to take that next step with our opportunity, okay? So you wanna call the person who invited you here and find out, how do I enroll in the masterclass, okay? Because you've seen so many things and how this opportunity has helped so many people. call the person that invited you immediately and let them know, ask them, what is my next step in this process? So with that being said, we want to thank everybody for your time and attention. And we will see you at the masterclass, and we will see you at the top.
Great job, Elaine, SFD. Phenomenal. Thank you, Census. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Elaine. Great job.
Great job.
Great job.
Everybody.
Outstanding.